From the Samsung Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Residents who drive down Route 93 in West Hazleton have been seeing the sign for Michael's Craft Store for weeks now. But now Michael's, the country's largest arts and crafts specialty retailer, officially opened today. And it's where we begin tonight, live at 5. And later, has the jury reached a verdict in the murder trial of Benjamin Westbrooks? We have the very latest. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, we will get to the grand opening of Michael's in just a moment, but first, a nasty wreck on Interstate 80 right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. It happened near the Freeland-Whitehaven exit. A tractor-trailer driver lost control, drove off the highway, and then flipped into a small waterway. We're told the trailer was filled with beer and that some diesel fuel from the truck was leaking into a creek. Emergency management officials were called to the crash because of the fuel. Now, the driver, we're told, got himself out of the truck and was not hurt, actually refusing medical treatment at the scene. No word on why the driver crashed. It will be a while until the truck is brought out of that ditch, and traffic remains slow going east and westbound in this area of Interstate 80. It was an anticipated event that many from the community have been waiting for, especially those crafters out there. The grand opening of a new store in West Hazleton had some looking for employment and others looking to shop. News 13 stopping by Michael's Friday morning, where the store staff along with community leaders met up to cut the red ribbon and welcome customers inside for the grand opening. Inside this store, you can find everything from art supplies to bakeware. At Michael's, shoppers can let their creativity run wild. But the new store isn't just a dream come true for customers. The new store has created 51 jobs for people in the area. We talked with the store manager about the hiring process and also an excited customer filling her cart.
They're pretty much all of them from the area. It's all new employees. I have actually 2 experienced managers. I brought it from Wilkes-Barre, but pretty much all of them are new from Hazleton. It was a big challenge for me to hiring a lot of people, but without them I couldn't do this. You know what I mean? It was a good support for these people from Hazleton.
I'm just looking for some of the things that I need so I don't have to drive to Wilkes-Barre. We haven't had a craft store since Ben Franklin's went out of the mall.
Jeannie, like so many others, is thrilled to have the store come to Hazleton. Many regular customers of the Wilkes-Barre store come from the greater Hazleton area. Michael's is located inside the Valmont Plaza. The opening of new places to work like Michael's could be one of the reasons why Pennsylvania's unemployment rate is now too low for it to continue offering 13 weeks of extended unemployment benefits. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate was 7.5% in March, down from a 12-month high of 8.3% in September. Right now, jobless Pennsylvanians receive 26 weeks of state-funded benefits, and once that runs out, 47 weeks of federally funded emergency unemployment compensation. The extended benefits provided 13 weeks of additional aid beyond that 47-week window. But starting May 12th, the extended benefits will expire and jobless Pennsylvanians will only receive 26 weeks of state-funded benefits and the 47 weeks of federal. Now, the state's jobless had been eligible for the extra help for several years to help offset the national recession and its aftermath. The estimated 30,000 Pennsylvanians affected by the change will be notified by mail. Well, imagine showing up for work or school one day and having to literally find your way to the front door by going through a maze. Frustration, excitement, confusion, all completely normal responses. News 13 stopping by MMI Preparatory School Friday morning, where students and faculty found themselves a little lost trying to get to the front door, except for the seniors, of course, because this was all part of their senior prank. The senior class posted a giant banner outside of the school that read, "Amazing Class of 2012. Then waited inside the courtyard as everyone else got pranked by being forced to walk through a maze made out of shrink wrap.
Well, we had a lot of ideas, but we decided this would be a lot of fun, and it just seemed to work the best, so.
The class came together to donate different materials and stuff like that. Alex Van Hoekelen donated the shrink wrap, and then we got a bunch of cinder blocks and rebar to hold the supports up.
So what were your teachers' reactions?
A lot of them were confused, and we got them because they didn't know how to get into the school.
How about the students' reactions?
A lot of them were mad. Some of them first came in and said, "Oh, this is weak," and then they couldn't find their way in.
And so people were coming in, and there's 3 false paths, and they kept on going up the wrong ones. It was really funny to watch.
More than half of the senior class came to the school last night and spent hours working on that prank in the dark and rainy conditions, but students tell me it was well worth it. Not only did they have a blast working on the prank, but it brought the class of 2012 closer together. And if you're wondering who's going to clean this mess up, the seniors are also in charge of that job. Now to Schuylkill County, where it was all about lending a helping hand today at one local school. 12 volunteers from Air Products in hometown spent their day at McAdoo Catholic Elementary School. The volunteers gave the small Catholic school a hand with some projects that needed to be done. News 13 talked with the principal, Sister Amy Summers, about all the projects.
And we have several that need to be things that need to be done, so we gave them a list, and they went from that list to their own list and tried to do the things that they could do in a day's time. And so the projects that are being done are some painting, some plumbing, some electricity, and those kinds of things that are very important, and at the same time, work that needs to be done.
Now, this is only one of about 6 projects that Air Products employees were helping out with today. Air Products has teamed up with the Schuylkill County United Way for this Day of Caring, and the event is to help promote volunteering. This is the 4th year for the event in Schuylkill County, which also happened throughout the day on Thursday in various locations in Schuylkill. Just another reminder to stop by the Laurel Mall on Saturday for the annual Helping Hands Society telethon back home in Greater Hazleton. After years of that telethon being held out of the area, most recently at Mohegan Sun in Wilkes-Barre, the event is now at the Laurel Mall from noon to 11 p.m. tomorrow. There will be live music and entertainment, tricky trays, great giveaways, and so much more. Folks are invited to stop by the mall during the telethon to meet and greet with some of the students of the school, some celebrity hosts, and to enjoy Danny and the Juniors, the Legends, Lady A and Destiny, the Chords, and so many other talented entertainers. I am pleased to once again be hosting in the afternoon alongside Helping Hands graduate and past ambassador, who just happens to be my little guy, Nathan, who's now 6 years old and doing absolutely fantastic in kindergarten, thanks to all the help and therapy he received at that small school in Hazleton. All of the money raised at the telethon benefits only the Helping Hands Society, serving special needs children and their families. If you can be there in person, tune into Service Electric Cablevision Channel 7 and make a pledge over the phone. All of the fun will be taking place in the JCPenney wing of the mall, so we sure hope to see you all there. Stay with us tonight on News 13 Live at 5. A history lesson came to life in one local classroom, and we'll head over to the McAdoo Catholic to visit with 2 Civil War reenactors. Plus, Ronnie's in with this week's edition of Short Shots, and Freddie B kicks in talking track and field action from last night. Stay with us. Sports is on deck.
It's time for the Movie Minute right here on News 13, your weekly look at what's playing at the Regal Cinema 10 just outside the Laurel Mall. We have lots of great flicks to check out this weekend. The Hunger Games and The Three Stooges continue to draw crowds. And don't forget about The 5-Year Engagement and The Raven. New to the big screen this week, The Avengers in 2D and 3D. Nick Fury of S.H.I.E.L.D. brings together a team of superhumans and forms the Avengers to help save the Earth from Loki and his army. It's sure to be an exciting movie with tons of action. For showtimes at Regal Cinema 10, call 450-7454, or to speak to a movie attendant, call 450-7340. And to find out the entire Regal Cinema schedules of movies, head to our website at ssptv.com.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
Well, been running girls track and field for 35 years here in the greater Hazleton area, and there's something that's never happened before, and that is a girls' meet ending in a dead tie. The odds of it are very, very slim, and when the championship of the conference probably on the line yesterday, that's exactly what happened. There you go. They put it in the books final, tied at 75 apiece, and there is no tiebreaker in high school track and field. Now, the girls did absolutely fabulous. They did some big performances from Emily Malone and Josie Bachman right on down the line. Julia Franzosa was one of them doing some very big things. We had a chance to talk to her about the mood of the team.
It always seems to come down to us in Dallas. For our 10th grade season, we tied for the conference with them, so it was a little disappointing to do the same this year because we really wanted to beat them, but we went out and did our best, so unfortunately just ended in a tie.
Now, what it came down to, Hazleton had to take a 1-2 in the high jump, the very last event to win, or a 1-3 to tie. They took the 1-3, but you talk about pressure. Whitney Boyer, her first year here at Hazleton Area High School, it was all on her shoulders, and she came through big time.
Yesterday was a big meet. We knew that going in, but we tied Dallas. I wish we would have won though. The last event was high jump, and that's what it came down to, but I didn't feel any pressure. I just felt like adrenaline. I was pumped up.
Yeah, she's been outstanding for Mark Otterbine's club, and she had a couple of first places too, but in the end, it goes in the books a tie, so we'll see how that works out going down the line the rest of the season. Now, on the boys' side, Hazleton area already had a loss. They needed this one to create a three-way tie. It was close, but it didn't work out that way. Brian Campbell had a couple of wins, but Dallas edges Hazleton area 78-72. They, too, will be in action today down at the Schuylkill County Relays. In baseball, Hazleton area's fading chances to win the division championship took a big hit yesterday. Pittston knocked them off 7-3 up at Pittston. They'll be involved in non-league action today, or make that tomorrow up at West Scranton. Meanwhile, down in the Schuylkill League, Blue Mountain 3-1 winners over Tamaqua. Let's go over to softball, where Hazleton area 11-0 10-run rule win over Pittston. Shannon Salvatierra, she pitched the shutout. She allowed just one hit. She's been phenomenal her entire career. Other softball scores: Tamaqua 3-2 winners over Blue Mountain. And in soccer, Nicole Semenza led the way. Hazleton area shuts out Delaware Valley. The final in that one, 2-0. Let's go to minor league baseball. Russ Kanzler 1 for 5 last night. His Columbus team, big winners over the Gwinnett Braves. Kyle Landis pitch his Akron team on the short end of a 7-3 win to Binghamton. Rochester 4-3 wins over the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankees. And the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs come up short 6-5 to Charlotte. Today, there's your schedule. Minor league baseball. As far as Major League Baseball, the Oakland Athletics come in to take on Joe Madden's club. The Yankees, well, as you know by now, it really doesn't matter where they are tonight. The bad news, Mariano Rivera, not only done for the season, maybe for his career. Unbelievable turn of events in batting practice. Phils go to Washington, Pittsburgh hosts Cincinnati, and the New York Mets, they're hosting Arizona for the weekend. And speaking of it, hope you have a good one. Hey, by now you know about Stripes and Strikes. They sponsor us, and I'll tell you, you got to go down and check it out. Look for the big green awning across from Genetti's Best Western on 309. That's where you'll find them, and they've got it all, from equipment for baseball and softball. They've also got custom screen printing and embroidering. Got plenty of free parking, too. So check them out. Stripes and Strikes, make the right call.
Make the right call and head to Stripes and Strikes for your sporting good needs. Located on Route 309 across from Genetti's, Stripes and Strikes is your headquarters for retail and team sales, officiating equipment, and all
The most exciting 2 minutes in sports will take place tomorrow, the Kentucky Derby. Hi, everybody. This is Short Shots. The NFL world is shocked over the sudden suicide death of Junior Seau, a 12-year All-Pro linebacker. He was only 43. A former first baseman who played on 7 pennant and 4 World Series winning teams, and he, along with Yogi Berra, are the only 2 players to hit a home run in a World Series 7th game 3 times. Bill Moose Scalarin, gone at 81, one of my favorites. Baltimore Orioles' Buck Showalter, became the 58th manager in the big leagues to win 1,000 games. The Angels' Jared Weaver pitched a no-hitter against the Twins. 4 New Orleans Saints were suspended for multiple games, and linebacker Jonathan Vilma is suspended for the entire next season for quarterback bounty hunting. The $240 million man, Albert Pujols, is still looking for his first home run this season. The Chicago Bulls lost their #1 star for the season because of a torn ACL. And last night, Mariano Rivera did the same thing. Tore his ACL while shagging fly balls before the game in KC. He's gone for the season, and it could mean his career is over. Not good news for Yankee fans. Also last night, Kansas City won their first home game this season. They were 0-10. Locally, Megan Trivelpiece of Cunningham placed 5th in the USA at the Elks National Hoop Shoot Finals in Springfield, Mass. And finally, Nate Eaches is officially a Kansas City Chief at present. The All-American running back from Colgate University and former Hazelton area first-team All-Stater reported to the Chiefs rookie camp today. Budmeister is the favorite tomorrow, but I like Alpha or Sabercat to shock the horse racing world. See you Monday. Till then, be a good sport and stay loose.
Ronnie, Fred, have a nice weekend. Daily number today for your Pennsylvania Midday Lottery numbers. 401, your big 4, 6592, Quinto 20135, and Treasure Hunt 1482629.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news first. Tonight, happy 63rd birthday to Frank Mancini of Freeland. This wish comes from Sister Judy, Tony, and nephew Joe. Also tonight, happy birthday to Roseanne Miglis. Love from Ed, Leanne, Sarah Ann, Marissa, Mia, and Alexandria. Happy birthday to Brenda Bodner. She celebrates on Sunday. This wish comes with love from your family and friends. Tonight's Talk of the Town report. The Cunningham United Methodist Church will once again organize the Human Food Chain May 20th at 9 a.m. The event will benefit the local Valley Food Pantry. You do not have to be a member of the church to attend this event, so for more information, please give them a call, 570-788-3960. And one more announcement for this evening. The Hazelton Health and Wellness Center will be holding its inaugural 4-season craft show Saturday, May 5th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The show will feature handmade crafts such as jewelry, photography, woodwork, and more. Tricky Trades, a bake sale, and raffle will also be a part of this great event that will benefit future educational programs. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Nanette T. Marone of Hazelton. Funeral will be held Tuesday at 9 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. And Elmer Comfer of Drums. Funeral service will be held Monday at 10 a.m. in the St. John's Lutheran Church. The viewing will be held Sunday from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Butler Chapel of the Crop & Hughes Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazelton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111. And also by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. Remember, there is always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Famous name brand items only here at Treasure Hunt, only discounted prices. For the men this week, we have the latest t-shirts, $6, and collared shirts, just $6. Name brand items also for the women. They come in petite sizes all the way up to women's. And we have different styles and colors for you to choose from. They are just $10. You can't beat it. The jewelry is always a big hit. It's only $1, and as you can see, we're filling up, we're expanding in the jewelry line. We have different kind of earrings in all different styles. We have bracelets to choose from. Again, everyone, they're just $1. I just picked up a brand new pair of earrings today, and I think you can't beat it for $1. New items include CDs and audiobooks, $5, plus even more reduced rates. Pick up the panorama and receive 20% off. Join us at Treasure Hunt, located on Clay Avenue in West Hazelton.
It was some history books coming to life today as students from McAdoo Catholic took a trip back in time to the Civil War era. News 13 stopping by the school Friday morning where 5th through 8th graders listened to 2 reenactors from Eckley Miners Village. The students are learning about the Civil War, and later this month, they will be taking a trip to Gettysburg to see firsthand where some battles were fought. The actors from Eckley talked to the students about some of the weapons, tools, and medication they used. We talked with Sister Amy Summers and a student about the program.
For our children who are taking this trip to Gettysburg, and we want to make sure that it coordinates with their curriculum as well as giving them the background that they need to make this trip to Gettysburg a worthwhile experience for them.
We're learning about the nurses and how back then it's different than it was now. That they didn't have any anesthesia, nothing. They just had to put up with the pain. And we're also learning about both North and South there, what they did on their sides of the war. We're also learning about their battlegrounds, where they camped, their weaponry, and we're also learning a little bit about some of the nurses and men from Schuylkill County.
Teachers were able to ask questions and look at some of the materials that the actors brought with them. The kids tell News 13 they cannot wait to head to Gettysburg. Now let's get a check of the weather. This morning we had some thunderstorms move in and then heavy fog, but it did get nice out as the day went on, and it also got warmer. All right, this creative condition comes to us tonight from Destiny Rose DiLorenzo, a 5th grade student at Hazelton Elementary Middle School. Now to the forecast. Mostly cloudy skies for the rest of tonight. We could see some scattered showers coming our way. Temp dips down to 57. Tomorrow's looking like a lovely day in Greater Hazelton. 68 will be our high with mostly sunny skies on Saturday. Your forecast brought to you by Just Windows and much, much more. 636-1133 on 1st Street in Freeland. They've been serving the area since 1985. Also, Fagley Oil Company in Tamaqua and Hazel Township and serving many other areas throughout the Greater Hazelton area and beyond. Visit Fagleys.com to find out if you can make Fagleys your oil company. And we're hoping for great weather on Sunday for the 3rd annual Suicide Prevention Walk hosted by the Hazelton Area High School SAD Club and started by school district employee Samantha Neiman, who lost her young son to suicide. The event has grown each year and so far raising over $25,000. Registration for the walk gets underway at noon and folks will start taking steps at 1 o'clock. This year, you have the option of staying inside the track or going on a longer walk through Hazelton area neighborhoods. There will be live music, an after-walk picnic, and even fun stuff for the kids like a bounce house, fun activities, and face painting. This is a family event with all the proceeds going to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and most of that money staying right here at home. A life is lost to suicide every 16 minutes in the United States, and suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death amongst 15 to 24-year-olds. The impact suicide has on the lives of family members, friends, co-workers, and the community is devastating. And although we may not be able to completely stop it from happening, we can take steps to prevent and raise awareness about suicide. So we'll see you Sunday. News 13 will once again have a team this year. All right, stay with us tonight on News 13. You're live at 5:30, coming your way right now. Has the jury reached a verdict? Deliberations began earlier this afternoon after both sides gave closing arguments. News 13 is at the courthouse in Wilkes-Barre. Did Benjamin Westbrook's murder Alicia Weaver?
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazelton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, jurors began deliberating early this afternoon in the murder trial of 22-year-old Benjamin Westbrooks. Westbrooks is accused of killing 20-year-old Alicia Weaver of Hazelton in cold blood. Investigators say an argument started over money that Westbrooks said Weaver owed him. She disappeared with Westbrooks from downtown Hazleton and was later found shot to death in a remote area of Foster Township. Westbrooks is alleged to have been known as a pimp and a gang member. Jury selection was Monday, and jurors have heard testimony from witnesses of the murder, friends of the victim, and also forensic specialists. Now, News 13's Erica Aponte is standing by at the Wilkes-Barre Courthouse, or the Luzerne County Courthouse in Wilkes-Barre, awaiting a verdict. Again, jurors are deliberating at this hour, and if there is a verdict before we leave the air tonight, we will of course bring it to you, or check back at ssptv.com throughout the night and the weekend for updates on the Benjamin Westbrooks homicide trial. We are learning more about that argument that led to gunfire in downtown Hazleton. Not only was a car hit with bullets, but a nearby business was also hit. Hazleton City Police tell us that Attitudes Hair Salon across from the parking lot near Green and Wyoming Streets had a smashed window after it was hit by one of those stray bullets. We told you last night live at 5:30, Hazleton police were investigating shots fired into an unoccupied car around 2 o'clock in the morning Thursday, and that it happened near the intersection of Green and Wyoming Streets, the very same intersection as a double murder last year. According to police, the shots hit a blue Honda Civic parked in the lot at the corner, and that the gunfire happened after an argument inside the Prestigio restaurant, which sits across the street from the parking lot. Police do know that 2 unidentified Hispanic men, one who is 22 years old, were involved in the fight, and they ask if you know anything that might be helpful in their investigation to call 459-4940 or dial 911. State police are investigating a break-in at a business by thieves who stole a carpet cleaner and some paper supplies. Police tell us the building is located in the 400 block of the Airport Road and owned by the Lagana Company. Police say anyone who might have seen anything suspicious between April 13th and April 20th is asked to call the Hazleton Police Barracks or dial 911. A Hazel Township man was hurt after crashing his motorcycle on the Stockton Road. Troopers say he was traveling too fast for road conditions. 44-year-old Brian Halliman sustained moderate head injuries after his motorcycle ran off the road and crashed into an embankment. Halliman was sent to a trauma center. He was also cited by troopers for that crash. Well, we want to tell you about a nasty interstate wreck that happened on I-80 right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. It happened near the Freeland-Whitehaven exit. Our crew just back from the scene there a little while ago. You see how backed up traffic was. A tractor-trailer driver basically lost control, drove off the highway, and then flipped into a small waterway. We're told the trailer was filled with beer and that some diesel fuel from the truck was leaking into the creek. Emergency management officials were called to the crash because of the fuel. Now, the driver himself got himself out of the truck and was not hurt, actually refusing medical treatment. No word on why or how the driver crashed. It'll be a while until the truck is brought out of the ditch. Traffic remains a little slow going east and westbound in this area of Interstate 80. Congressman Lou Barletta left the floor of Congress and stepped into a classroom earlier today. News 13 stopping by Holy Family Academy's second grade class to visit the kids who were getting a story read to them. News 13 talked with students about Congress and the congressman about the book House Mouse, Senate Mouse.
It really talks about how laws are made, or at least the story in a funnier way shows and teaches the children how laws are made in Congress.
The legislature makes laws, executive enforces the laws, and judicial enforces the laws. It judges it. It says if it's okay or if people break it.
Today we gave Congressman Barletta a HFA shirt and an HFA megaphone so everybody in Washington could listen to him.
And of course, it was the congressman himself who was reading the story to the children. The students wrote letters to Congressman Barletta and asked him to visit. The congressman was the perfect guest considering the kiddos are studying about the government and how it works. Exciting day for those little kiddos. Well, 1 in 8 women will develop invasive breast cancer over the course of her lifetime. Our Debbie Lassant will visit the radiologist for this week's health check coming up. Plus, a new store opened its doors this morning on the west side. We'll stop by Michael's and check it out. I'm here at Hazleton Radiology on Laurel Street, and of course it is part of the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance. And today I'm going to have a mammogram, and it's a digital mammogram. Am I right, Dr. Patton?
Yes, this is digital mammography here at Hazleton Radiology and at the Wellness Center out on Beltway.
Okay, so people can come to either location, and of course I did refer to Dr. Patton, Dr. Donald Patton. You've been here at your Hazleton Radiology Center along with Dr. Chatla, and you have many tests that are done here, including the digital mammography. So who should have a mammography?
The current guidelines on mammography are women over the age of 40 should have yearly mammography from that point on, basically until they don't have any tests at all.
All righty, and so you're saying that women over the age of 40, what if a woman does a self-breast exam and she should find a lump? Is she then also qualified to come to have a digital mammography?
Anytime a woman feels a lump or has any breast symptoms whatsoever, pain or a discharge, they need to get a mammogram, and they need to get a mammogram regardless of when their last mammogram had been done. Those are what we call diagnostic mammograms. Those are specifically designed to evaluate the symptom that the woman is having at the time.
Okay, so other than self-breast exam and other types of x-rays, what does the digital mammogram actually find? What are you looking for? How can it diagnose? What does it do?
Mammography is designed to find breast cancer as early as possible. It's not a perfect test, but it's the best test that we have. The institution of mammography over the last 20 years or so has reduced the mortality of breast cancer by almost 30 or 40%. So it's been a real advance for women as mammography gets better. The digital mammography, which we've been using for about the last 6 or 8 years, is a big advance over the mammography that we did before. But mammography is a critical part of a woman's preventive health care.
Okay, well, I'm here for mine today, as I did mention, and this is the machine right here, and
Yes.
a woman stands in front of the machine as I've done before, and you can take it from there. What happens after that?
Mammography is uncomfortable for a woman, but it shouldn't be painful. There's a few things that will help women when they come for their mammogram. Caffeine will make your breasts more tender, so you should avoid caffeine for at least 24 hours prior to the mammogram. In addition, women who are still experiencing their menstrual cycle, it's best if they avoid the period of menses, because their breasts are more tender at that point. It's an uncomfortable procedure, but it shouldn't be painful. It just takes a few minutes, and that's all there is to it.
Okay, I'm Deb Lissant at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center, the Hazleton Radiology on Laurel Street, for this week's Health Check. Well, it was an anticipated event that many from the community had been waiting for, especially those crafters out there. The grand opening of a new store in West Hazleton had some looking for employment and others looking to shop. News 13 stopping by Michael's Friday morning, where the store staff, along with community leaders, met up to cut the red ribbon and welcome customers inside for the grand opening. Inside this great store, you can find everything from art supplies to bakeware. At Michael's, shoppers can let their creativity run wild. But the new store isn't just a dream come true for customers. The new store has created 51 jobs for people in our area. We talked with the store manager about the hiring process and also a very excited customer filling her cart.
They're pretty much all of them from the area. It's all new employees. I have actually 2 experienced managers I brought it from Wilkes-Barre, but pretty much all of them are new from Hazleton. It was a big challenge for me to hiring a lot of people, but without them I couldn't do this. You know what I mean? It was a good support for these people from Hazleton.
I'm just looking for some of the things that I need so I don't have to drive to Wilkes-Barre. We haven't had a craft store since Ben Franklin's went out of the mall.
Jeannie, like so many others, is very thrilled to have the store here in Greater Hazleton. Many regular customers of the Wilkes-Barre store come from the Greater Hazleton area. Michael's is conveniently located right in the Valmont Plaza. Coming up on News 13, we will take one more look at your forecast before the weekend is here. Plus, get another look at sports with Freddie B. And later, it was an amazing day at one local school as the senior class pulled a prank on students and faculty. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Well, imagine showing up for work or school one day and having to literally find your way to the front door by going through a maze. Frustration, excitement, confusion, all completely normal responses. News 13 stopping by MMI Prep School Friday morning, where students and faculty found themselves a little lost trying to get to the front door. Except for the seniors, of course, because this was all part of their senior prank. The senior class posted a giant banner outside of the school that read, "Amazing Class of 2012. Then waited inside the courtyard as everyone else got pranked by being forced to walk through a maze made out of shrink wrap.
Well, we had a lot of ideas, but we decided this would be a lot of fun, and it just seemed to work the best, so.
The class came together to donate different materials and stuff like that. Alex Van Hoekelen donated the shrink wrap, and then we got a bunch of cinder blocks and rebar to hold the supports up.
So what were your teachers' reactions?
A lot of them were confused, and we got them because they didn't know how to get into the school.
How about the students' reactions?
A lot of them were mad. Some of them first came in and said, "Oh, this is weak," and then they couldn't find their way in.
And so people were coming in, and there's 3 false paths, and they kept on going up the wrong ones. It was really funny to watch.
More than half of the senior class came to the school last night and spent hours working on the prank in the dark and rainy conditions. But students tell me it was well worth it. Not only did they have a blast working on the prank, but it brought the class of 2012 closer together. And if you're wondering who's going to clean the mess up, well, the seniors are in charge of that job too. All right, let's check on the weather. This morning we had some thunderstorms move in, then some heavy fog, and then it got really nice and warm out there. So your creative condition tonight comes from Destiny Rose DiLorenzo, a 5th grade student at the Hazelton Elementary Middle School. Thank you so much for that awesome drawing there. And now your forecast. Cloudy skies moving in tonight. 57 will be our low with a chance of some showers coming into the area. But then the sun is going to come out for your Saturday. 68 will be our high, 48 will be our low. Sunday, same story, different day. 66 will be our high, 47 for your Sunday evening. Monday, partly sunny, high up to 66. And for your Tuesday, we do see mostly cloudy skies with rain returning to Greater Hazelton. 63 will be our high. Your forecast live at 5:30 brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon, Dog and Cat Grooming, North Broad Street, West Hazelton. Call 459-0310 and make an appointment for your furry friend today. Also, Valley High Drive-In. Ooh, every time I see this, it just makes me hungry for ice cream. Don't forget to stop by Route 93 in West Hazelton. Not only do they have ice cream, but they have some yummy food as well. So that's Valley High Drive-In, now open for the season. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com. That's where you're going to find everything Hazelton, and it's all just a click away. On behalf of all of us here at News 13, be safe, have yourselves a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Don't forget, 4 o'clock. Good night, everyone.